talk about Welcome to Derry and what I really liked and what's not quite landing for me. Spoilers, because you know I'm gonna rant about that CGI baby. But first, things I'm loving, the turtle references. I will say, there are fandoms who complain and complain about what's canon and what's not and what got changed and blah blah blah. Do you know what it's like to be a Stephen King fan? We're used to scraps. So, Turtle Charm, alright. Then a Bradley Gang reference, they made this for the nerds. Hell yeah. I think the acting is amazing. I wasn't totally sold on all of the kid acting or their chemistry as a friend group, and then it wasn't an issue. I really like that we're meeting Mike Hanlon's family and we're seeing how inherently good they are. And then we're meeting Clint Bowers, who I'm gonna assume is Henry Bowers' grandpa, and seeing how rotten that family is, rotten to its core, and how these traits are passed down from generation to generation. The whole scene with Lily, I was staring at Clint Bowers and I was like, I know this actor, like, what is his name? Looked him up, Peter Outerbridge, he's just one of those guys who's been in everything, but Saw 6. He was the insurance guy in Saw 6, and he was phenomenal. He has that perfect character actor look where his eyes can either be so kind or so evil. And the ending of the pilot, loved it. I thought that was so Stephen King to get you attached to characters and then they're gone. He'll give you 50 pages on a guy. You know the guy's whole life story. You know about the first time he fell in love, and then it's like, and Teddy knew no more. Things I didn't like. That CGI baby. Loved that whole car scene, and then as soon as she started to give birth, I was like, it's gonna be CGI. Why was Pickle Man CGI? That seems ideal for a practical effect. And then we get CGI Pickle Man. And here's my super nerdy rant. I was trying to put my finger on why it's not landing for me, and I think it's just that the show is so joyless. I've read it 5 times. I love that book. I would love to shout from the rooftops about how great Steven Weber's performance is of the audiobook. What's my favorite It adaptation? Steven Weber's 45-hour solo performance of it. And what keeps me coming back to the book is that it's this beautiful exploration of nostalgia. It's why I'm defensive of It Chapter 2. I don't think there's a way to make the grown-up scenes as fun as the kid scenes. That's intentional in the structure of It. So when you're reading about the adults, you want to go back to being a kid. There's this glow of nostalgia. And you go back to being a kid and remember that they were going through hell. They were going through absolute hell. But there's this shimmer to it that they were still just being kids, that everything was really scary, and then they just had these moments of just being kids. No child is having fun in this. Even when the Richie knockoff character is like being a goofball, he just immediately gets a stern look from his friend. Maddie watching The Music Man, he looks miserable. Like movies are supposed to be his escape and he's sitting there just looking miserable. And don't try to out Stephen King to me. I get what they're going for, is that something the Losers Club had on their side is the power of friendship. And these kids are all alone. But I just don't see how it'll be fun to watch. It's like there's that balance where you don't want characters to feel like they have plot armor, but then you don't want them to feel so disposable that you're like, well, why would I get invested? I'm like, is it gonna be crying kids every episode? These kids can really cry. They're great, but is it gonna be crying every episode?